Welcome back. We're going to be moving on to texturing today. It's going to be pretty fun. Now I think we're going to stick with a Lucky Block theme. We'll make it a golden dragon. We'll have a little bit of hint of, scales here and there. Some metallic-y goodness possibly. Some Lucky Block thingamadoodles. And yeah, that's about all I can think of. At least for now. Sneeze. Wow, okay. We'll select everything. Create a texture for now. We'll just call this lucky.block.dragon. Multi-texture occupancy, don't want that because it doesn't matter right now. So it doesn't matter if it's checked or not, but uncheck it. Padding's always good, keeps phantom lines from appearing if you have a invisible UV mapping, which the wings will definitely have. Good. Look at all that. Heck yeah. Perfectly aligned. It's like a street. It's like New York. So I will go and just begin. I think first thing, I just actually want to replace all that with nothing. So you see absolutely nothing. And then go painting grid, because painting grid is very helpful. There we go. You can see what we're doing. And unselect. And yep, that's the dragon. Now I will highlight the different parts. So being a yellow dragon, I have my palette here. You can use any palette you want. And this is just my go-to for almost every project. So now you can see anything I paint on this side, the circle, will now be on that side. That's a good way to start things. And then from there, after I get the base, if I want to have like one wing destroyed or like create a variant, I could just easily move it in the UV mapping down. But this keeps everything very consistent. So if I do make adjustments, it'll be easy to tell. It's looking good so far. I like the shape. And I want to kind of end this up at a point. So the point could be like right here and right there. Okay, it's a working product there. Now I could either adjust and go like smaller on the wings, but I kind of like the wings being wide based. We'll see. I'll see as I go and just fill this in for now. Hold shift and click. Hold shift and click with paintbrush. And also mirror painting doesn't need to be on, but just go like that, and we're done. So the wings are kind of laid out. I do like the pointiness of them. It gets me feeling a certain way. Very nice on the inside. What I can do is give it like a curve here. Very cool. I like the wings. Looks pretty scary. Now, I think what I want to do with this part is let's get rid of the right arm for now. And I'm thinking there isn't a yellow I like enough. So what I could do is just go with white, which I'm going to do anyways. So we'll have the white be up here in a couple places. Just give me a reminder to use it. I like it. And then for here, I could do like a similar shade, just a little bit less, and carry it southwise, south. So this would be like, we need some separation between the scales a little bit. So I feel like getting even more dark colors involved. It feels very Lucky Blocky, I think. And then we'd continue this all the way across. Let's see what this looks like in full detail real quick. I'll do a quick speed run of trying to get this all to be the same. Turn the painting grid off a little bit so I can see it as full glory. It does look pretty like up on top here. Quite a bit snaky, skinny feely. And then this does give it that like Lucky Block feel that I really want to go for. So I'm happy with that. Usually it doesn't take just the one go and I sit there for a while confused, but yeah, at this point it gets kind of smaller on the details, so we'll just kind of like poke it at it. And then also, while I remember, this part over here, I need to continue as well. So we'll just kind of go like this because it has to, you know, look good. Awesome. And we'll re-unhide it. Oh no, wait, where is it? I lost it. Also, you might have noticed I have the clicker off because when I draw, I don't really want to have a distraction of color, especially if that color is yellow over yellow because I won't be able to see the differences. So for now, yeah, I disabled the, which actually I could just go like this since most of them continue below. Do something really unique and actually finish the question marks. Yeah, you can see this is very splendid. I like to work sometimes with shading on and sometimes with it off, and sometimes I just forget it's on like I just did there when viewed from outside of Minecraft, so I kind of like that. But like I said, not totally required. Continue the pattern, but quicker. And just reach it all white. There you go. I'm going to just grab one face. Let's say this face. Drag it over here, because we don't like this face. This face is a face. And then, what I might do is color this the same as our lucky blocks. Let's see if I can find that right quick. Here we are, the lucky block. I'm going to grab this. Let's call it lucky block. Just grab the whole thing. Copy. This is going to end up so poorly. Before I do anything, I'm going to save so I don't break anything. And then paste. Cool. Now, let's see if I can translate this. I'm still in very uncharted territory. Can we select all? Yes, we can. Cool. And we'll just go like this. Oh, if this works, I've discovered a new thing that I could use for future stuff. Oh man, would you look at that? Would you just look right on at that? Oh no, I messed up. Select this, move it to there, and boom, it's copied over. That was a lot easier than I was thinking it would be. But now the trouble begets it's way too big. Like there's no way this thing is flying. Like how would it be in the air? I think the most logistical thing is just go 0.5 because then everything still makes sense. It's down to 7, which is okay. And kind of sits within, oh wow. Never mind. I guess we're good. Let's select this lucky block and just delete it then because we don't need it. And we have this already. Perfect. So for the rest of the body, let's continue this design and finish that up. Okay, nice. I'm kind of feeling it. Although I kind of want this to go further down since it's going to be a front chest. And maybe I could offshoot it or like create a pattern using these two colors. That's pretty cool, actually. Now, I guess we'll do the face. We'll just try experimenting here with a couple things. We'll save it first. I want to lay out where the eyes are with some pure white. So we have that. Let's look at the painting grid. I feel like there's a couple options. I think big eyes make it look cartoony. Probably a good idea. I could go like that, and it'll be very similar to just like Ender Dragon style. Maybe some fiery red with like a green, possibly? No. I feel like red kind of fits, kind of. Maybe. Makes it feel like an enemy. Kind of feels right-ish. Maybe just the two. And then we can have this kind of be like a semi-jawbone or the backbone, whatever you want to call it. So it's a never-ending battle of figuring out what looks best here. Just going back and forth with things. Figured it would be. Because I don't know, I didn't have a specific design in mind for the face. Probably would have been a nice thing to have planned, but I feel like winging it is also a good thing. Because I could freestyle, whatever, do all this stuff, go back and change it till I get it perfect, rather than sit here thinking for an hour. Now for this, what do I want to do? Do I want to keep the bottom a similar feel or keep it close to like that? I could just do this. Yeah, no, that actually looks pretty good. I like that. Here's an impasse. I think this, I'll have to go 2 in, which isn't too horrible, and then reduce size. But we want to actually do this correct, so what we will have to do, go here, find the texture since it was too big, and just do this for east, west. And then another question is, how do I want to do the top? Do I want to, like I was saying, continue the diamond pattern? I guess I could, and have it just continue on towards almost the center. Because as important as this will be, actually I need to go like this. Yeah, so the top will be kind of inconsistent in some areas, but that's fine. I'm gonna blend it as best I can and just make it look cool. Okay, I mean that's. I feel like it might end up looking pretty sweet. All right. Now, as for this part, now I'm gonna continue the pattern like this all the way up, I'm guessing. Okay, and then let's do the brighter one now, so we can blend it a little better. So all I'm doing is selecting a point, shift clicking, and then it creates a point between the points I selected, which helps a lot. I think that looks good, but over here, I kind of want to make this flush at the top, even though it'll be covered by the leg. I still want it to look cool. And then up here, we could add a little bit of like magical flavor if we just do lines, right? Like dino lines. I'm not really sure what to call them. Let's make up names. All right, cool. Now finish the head. All right, that's cool. We have a basic outline of the body, so I'm pretty happy with that. Made some progress here, took quite a bit of effort on my part. I'll keep finicking with it for a bit before I decide the main body's done, and I'll move on to the arms, which will be another beast. Well, it's the same beast. We're working on the same beast, but it's another beast entirely to get going and get looking good, you know? All right, now this will be a fun part. I'm gonna have to decide later on too if I want to make these question marks on this side reversed, which I probably will. But you know, you can see what I mean now. Some sides require different things, so I'll do that as a final order right now, I guess. And there we have it. So see, this side is correct and that's correct. And then this part will be next. And I also went a step ahead and made sure it was perfectly aligned on the bottom so it looks even on both sides. Let's do this side as well, like that. And then if we go to this side, oh, I already did. Oh, I did it. I just distracted myself on this side and didn't do it. So now that I did it, I saw what I was seeing in the other one. That's an easy fix. Turn back on mirror painting and just kind of like fix this up a bit. Nice. Now it's a snake. A very beautiful, gorgeous snake that can eat all of your lucky blocks for breakfast and spit them out again back at you, but as a fireball. I don't know if that's what it's going to do, but there's an idea. So with that in mind, one thing I also want to make sure I do is in the future, when I start working on the animations, this thing is going to be like a fly only mode. So its only mode is going to be fly. So it's only going to fly, at least maybe. I haven't fully decided, but I think that's cool if it was just flapping its wings, attacking you from the sky, shooting like explosive lucky blocks or something. In my head, it sounds awesome. So we'll just kind of go with that. Where's the front left leg? There you are. All right. Now, front left leg. So shoulder is a shoulder. You have the bicep. So we kind of want to like do stuff there. So I'll draw question marks here later, but I want to show off, you know, it's really musculature, muscles. Another thing I could do if I wanted to is do local symmetry too, which if I turn that on, it'll affect both sides of the same thing. It's gonna not quite look like the muscles like I was going for, but it works. Now let's kind of square things out so that way it doesn't look messy and starts aligning with each other. Oopsies. Just bear a similar strategy in mind for that of some sort. Can I just go straight up like that? No, that's not working. No, I want a lighter shade. Like that. Yes. There we go. Now it's going to look like something. And then for this, I could do a similar thing here. Actually, I'm kind of leaning towards that. It's not bad. Not a bad idea. And then nails are pure white because obviously. And then this is one of those things I was talking about. I could basically make these kind of nails just by deleting the bottom side of this and then make and hook it out. Wait, oh, I'm forgetting a whole other part of the nail. Don't mind if I do. There you go. There we go. Find the is this it? Yeah, that's it. The thumb. I think it's a thumb. I don't know what that is. Dew claw? Well, it's not a dew claw because they use it. I guess it's a thumb. It's the closest thing. And then we'll just do some quick shading of the interior muscles. And yeah, for now, I think that's fine. Definitely fine. And let's open up the back left leg. Nice. We'll do a similar approach. So what we want to do here, since it's going to be a bit different, we got to think of the angle of the calf. And begin kind of doing a similar pattern to this. So what I want to do here is probably grab that. So we have this, and then we have that. Both very valid and cool little thingies. So here we go. I could do something like this. Yeah, that's not bad. Show off a little bit of muscles and stuff. And now we need to add the final touchy right here. Let's go like that, and then like ooh, I might need to go up one. Gonna blend it in with the rest of the top. This top is supposed to be closer to the color scheme of that. I actually just go like that for the whole thing. Yeah, why not? And then a bing bang boom. Which actually could go do a break in the texture on the top just to weasel it in. Okay, cool. That's that. Now let's move down the leg and do a little shading below it. Like that. And then like that. That's probably the best I can do to give it like a type of knee. Add another shade. And then go on to this part, which I could just have one splotch of lightness. And then yet another splotch of darkness to show that this is, you know, dark. And then like that all the way around. Does make it feel pretty golden, which is what I want to go for. So this whole thing is very nice to see. I like it, like when things go as planned, you know. I haven't even had to restart. That's one worry for me. I was like, okay, I'll get this far in and have to restart. But that doesn't happen too often, thankfully. Every time I think it usually wills it out of existence. So, you know, blessed be, I guess. Once again, maybe a little bit of... I don't know if I want to use the dew claws still. They were optional. And I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be using them. But we'll see. We'll see. How long do I want the nails to be? Probably just about till it touches the... There. And then down. So then I could go like this. Here's a good time to do it. Local symmetry. And just delete. So it deletes both sides automatically. I think I'm just going to have this be like super dark until it reaches the tippy toppy of the toes. Yes. There we go. There we go. Make it feel a bit scaly, kind of. And we could just do, yeah. Let's do like a little diamond pattern on the toesies. Disable the back toe for now. I'm not sure I like it. Probably won't use it. Don't think it's needed, especially since this thing is only going to be flying. So it definitely evolved, we'll say, into not needing a Dewclaw. Sure, that's the story I'll go with. All right, there we are. Do have a little bit of extra space here for what should be a... Yes, perfect. Ah, gotta go up one. Wing left. We have it started, but it is not finished at all. How do I want to do it is the question. So I need to raise it by 1. And let's see, where is it on the mapping? Ooh, that's going to cut it close here. So this bottom part is into the wing. This top part would be the one that would extend towards. And now what I might have to do actually is move texture with UV, pop it on over here. Now, when I do wings, I like to think of it as like a dark in the middle and light on the outside, and then you have like the bones it focuses on. So if the bone is right here, let's say, it has one wing like that, I guess. It has this, because it's going to be kind of unique, and then it has these claws. And then we have that. Now we get, which actually, this is weird. Why is it doing this? And then another dark shade here. And this is because I want the dragon to just be kind of one color, like golden. Just that's it. Golden and maybe a bit of orange. And that's kind of what I'm going for and what it's doing. So I'm fine with it. And now, yeah, we'll keep going. This one, since it's connected, it's kind of gonna go like this to reach out. Yeah, I like that. We'll do connected colors, easy peasy. And then same thing here. Okay, and then what I want to do here is probably make this more tan, so I'll actually just mix it with the color we have for now, so I decide what I want to go with. And this I want to make white. So we'll just hit colors or yellow and then change everything to yellow. It's not overbearing. Oh wait, oopsies. Like this. Then change it to yellow. And I guess I don't want there to be too much of a contrast here. But this color is my favorite. So I will just make sure I make everything here kind of blend more. So now let's just see what it looks like with a lucky block. I could just add some question marks, you know. Actually, I could do big lucky blocks. So if I'm going to do a lucky block, let's see. There we go. And then take a shade, make it darker. Actually, let's just pull from this. Why don't I? Like that. I could see that. And I could also blend out the yellow, like just on the wing itself. So we'll go like for a low number, like 75. And nah, let's do more noticeable. 127.5. Got the question marks on the wings. We could do another question mark up here probably. Let's go ham with the question marks. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Might actually help if I do painting grid here. So it's 6 down, 3, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, I overextended it. No. It's too late to go back now. Well, it's not. I'm just gonna go like this. Fix it up a bit. Nobody will be the wiser. There we go. And I'll add some more question marks, like smaller question marks above it, all over the wing. I think it could definitely use it. So like maybe one right here. Is that how I did it? Wait, how did I do it on the... Still not a fan. What if I did that? No, not a fan. That's the best we could do for now. And then one more big question mark. Just a little bit less room than needed there. There we go. And then we'll do... What if I did like a super small one? What's the smallest I could do? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And then bing. Maybe. That is theoretically the smallest I can do without it looking weird. So that works. 1, 2. And normally when I make a dragon, I like to add some like battle scars and stuff on the wing to show that it was in fights and stuff. But since this one is going to have a lot of question marks, there's no reason to do that. It's going to look different already. So I just like it as is. Okay. And now the only issue with this, I'm going to have to do the same exact thing. But watch what I do here. And we could just do this all in one fell swoop. We'll go like here. Boom. To this other side. Because I'm going to have to take this wing and just delete it since everything is kind of messed up there anyways. Take this wing and then flippy floppy. So it'll look like that, but you know, I'm going to have to turn all the question marks around. Well, actually, maybe not, because when you look at it upside down, oh, that's trippy. Ah, I like that actually. So maybe not. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But now we have to add some question marks on the back. Very questionable design things here. I say question mark because that makes sense, right? Like this, and then have like another one hanging up a butt, hanging up a butt. So feel like, what are those called? Things on Godzilla. And then maybe, if I wanted to, I can animate the question marks on the back, or even like go with a different design or something. They'll have to be thought through, or move these down. Because what if I did this? Took this, moved it down so they were just barely showing, maybe? The middle ones we'll leave blank for now. And now we have to design this part of the wings. So we'll do kind of a similar method here, where the bright will be bright. Let's disable. We don't need painting grid for now. Don't need shading. So we'll go like this. And then probably go like a scale approach here. I also need to add the horns, because if you remember, I did have the horns. So that would be a very good thing to start coloring now. We'll go just do the whole element. There we go. And then the ones in the back-ish. It's there, I swear. Let's see if I turn on shading. Something you'll be able to see in shading, most likely. Make it more noticeable. Not like that. That was wrong. Okay. Let's grab this, and we'll just full on color, because why not? Finish the rotate. Now it looks like a, yeah, like a regular horn that rotates inwards. I like that. Do the same for this a little bit. Getting lost in my sauce. Oh. And do the back. Don't forget that. Cool. Well, now the dragon has that stuff. And these wings are all looking good here. Very lucky blocky dragony. Not bad, not bad. Now I have to finish the belly button. Or the belly. Button belly. Whoa. I haven't seen the reference cubes in forever. I'll add it on this side. Okay. Okay. Like that. That's fine. But what about this part? Don't want to forget about the teeth. So, let's now open up the jaw to see those fine dandy, like purple. Is purple a good mouth color? I don't know. We're going with it for now. It's in the palette. I grabbed it. I don't want to do just straight up black. Let's find the lower jaw, bottom jaw. Let's close this bad boy up and see. Very, very nice, and if I do say so myself, just about ready for animations. Which I'm excited. We could preview a couple things like the neck, which is knotted already. Let me let me fix that real quick. We'll go to pivot tool. We want it to be like this. Basically, a lot of what I'll be doing for the next little bit is making sure things are good to go for animating, and also finishing stuff like this that I didn't color in. What in tarnation? And the flapping. How's the flapping look? Gorgeous. And it'll have like full animation too. So this part of the wing, it's not quite set. Oh, it is set. Yeah, this will flap too. And this should flap as well if I could just do the pivot point things when I need them to be pivot pointed. My glorb, man. If I wanted to, I could even, what might happen later is I'll bleed some of the color from this into this, or even more adjust this to be closer to this color, because I like the color of this. I do think it needs some more darkness to it, like this one has. But I'll see as I go. Like, how would that look if I did this? Thought of a couple fun things I want to add. So first thing, I want to do a crown. I feel like a crown would be hilarious, but I also want to finish doing some shading, so I could really, you know, bring out the different types of the sides and stuff. No real meaning to it all, but you know, it is what it is. We're gonna have a little bit of darker shade there. Well, let's see how dark we can get it. Okay, I like that. Not bad. And now that I feel like that adds a breakup in the amount of stuff I use. So I like that. Or yellow, you see. So I'll keep playing with ideas like this. I feel like the cool thing to do while texturing. I'm never sold on anything, but I like having something just there to look at. You can see it in its full as we go. Breaks up a bit of the general yellowness. Contrasting colors here make the back stick out a bit more. Not distracting too much, I hope. Hold Alt to grab the color, like this. Paint it. Alt, hold, grab. Paint it a little more. Oops, mirror painting should be on to do this, so I just trace over everything I didn't mirror paint. I feel like I want to make him look a bit more grand, so I'll practice here adding some cubes just so we can get some stuff going. So what I want to do is do like a okay, and now we will draw some majestic beards, maybe starting off orange. Oh, wait, no, silly me. Drag it to an empty space first. So we take this, empty space, and then we have all the space to work with. And don't worry, I'll optimize later as well. There we go. And let's do another shade. As it branches out, maybe just one block in depth for the super orange, and then this orange, and then go into lighter orange for the next layer. And then go into like a darker-ish yellow, maybe? Where's the yellow? Right there? Oh, yellow. And then full-on lighter yellow. There we go. So we have that. And maybe we could have another. We'll just copy and paste this. Go 0 rotate so we can see what it looks like depending on where we put it. Okay, nice. Got like a grand beard. I like it. Can't have a boss without a grand beard. And then I should probably reduce the size. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just 4, 5. So we hide the bottom one and just have the top 3. So it stays, you know, fairly similar to what it was. And then I think from here, is there anything else I could do? I have a piece to le doge, so now I can get back to it, you know. Oh, well, I'll be. There we go. Now I wonder if there's a. I like it there, so I wonder if I can continue any sort of thing over here, like bring it down to the body area. Is that possible? I don't know how that's gonna look from below. Yeah, there's promise there. This is just my experimental phase, you know. You kind of go through that while you model. You got to figure out what's best for what you're making and whatever you're doing. So that's just what I consider this. And I think, okay, what would it look like on a leg? Let's see what it looks like on the leg. The problem with doing something like this is it's definitely going to get in the way of the wings. So I could just go like this, -45. Now I have to find, which I should actually select all the fingers while I'm thinking about it and make it its own little hand. Let's see, add group. We'll call this fingies. The fingies group. Okay. Now when we rotate this, they all kind of go together. And I could do each individual one, which I may end up doing. It just depends on what exactly I'm going for with the animations when I get to it. But yeah, that's to be determined at a later date. Okay, I don't mind that. I could do smaller fur thingies as well. That would be an option. You know, actually, while I think about it, I wanted to do this, and this will disappear when it's in extended mode. So you could just go like this for now. Hide it within. Now it has some extra details. I think I'm good with that. Besides the crown, we need the crown. What I mentioned before, we didn't do. So I want to create a bone, call it crown, because obviously this is gonna be like the king of blocks and stuff, or the lucky blockness monster. And then now I will adjust each one of these faces, kind of show how it gets done. I'll move it all to its own area first. We'll just call this the crown area. I don't know if I want to keep it. I could do a different shade of yellow, actually. I could go like dark orange to begin with for the bottom. Or even go like a white color on the bottom. Little sparkle. There we go. Got a gem. And then cover this up. And each side will be like a different color, maybe. Could do that. No, let's make every side a different color. We'll do the front a diamond, because that makes sense. I feel like that fits within the theme. of doing a, okay. Sapphires don't really exist, but that's fine. We don't need that. Go like this all the way around. And then we want to start doing a different shade of yellow. So I think what I'll do... Okay, and there we have a basic cool crown thing. And then we could just set it on its head like that. And you have the king of the cubies. Yes. Nice. I like it. It's looking more boss-like. And then we'll take another... and probably go up on the arm a bit. We want to make it look scurry, you know. Sucks when you have something that's not scurry, because then you're not scared of it. So we got to make people scared. And maybe with the fur stuff, we should probably bring some to the other knee, right? I feel like that's kind of warranted. Go like this, the back knee. And I'm not talking about acne on the back. This is the back knee. Different. We'll go 90 degrees. Look at that. There's a teeny little difference. So let's figure out why this thing is wanting to be so strange. There we go. Now it's perfectly aligned. Maybe it's just the nature of these things. Yeah, they're all slightly misaligned. Are these two? Quite a bit. But that's something I could fix later. For now, it's fine. Let's take these down a little bit. And also, these are not white nails. He needs to clean his nails. What did you do? Okay, cool. Now I think I'm done with the texturing. So that about sums it up for the dragon. I may add some extra details here and then, but you can kind of understand what I'm getting at. I want to do like just small things that really make it pop. Like, hey, I could even go like this and say, I could go around the eyes, bring it down a little bit, extend outward. And that'll kind of make the eyes pop a bit more. Yeah, things like that. It all comes with practice. And obviously I just messed up because I did not have mirror on. So if we look at the other side, it might look a little bit different. Okay, so I have to turn off mirror mode because I made both these sides. See, look, this is correct question marks. Oh, actually, I need to fix my issues. There we go. Perfect. Now both sides are very question and very marky. Gotta do this too. Wonderful. I think we'll go like that just to make it more symmetrical in the front-ish. All right. Cool. Now, when he decides to breathe fire or whatever he does, it'll look epic. That'll be another thing for another time. Ooh, wait, I forgot about this one. So I want this here. I could go like at the bottom and then like rotate as a flare, which actually might be the idea here. Yeah. You know what? That's pretty good. Go with it. It adds a bit more stuff to it. Now I think also I'm gonna go like this, put it into the body a bit, and then move it one more that way. So 2 in, 1 that way. Cool. So it's not too much. And you have a little bit of flare everywhere. So that's about it for the texturing. I'll mess with it off and on, you know, like as I will do here. And then I will move on to doing the animations probably here soon, once I get this done. Perfect. Texturing just about bueno, good old rough draft done. I will see you in the animations part. Yes, probably. Later.